And so the other guy, he's like showing me the handle to his gun, like, nah, we don't fight. Cause I had my chain, I tucked my chain. He was like, nah, we don't fight. And so we're literally kind of like just jammed up.
Facts, because the same thing happened to me when they came to me and I told them where I was from and stuff, and I stood up. They all like three of them had like things on. I'm like, damn.
Hey yo,
Hey
check it out, man.
yo.
We here, we back with another one. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, sir.
Listen, check this out though. We have another guest, right? This is bigger than the guest.
My man.
You know what I'm talking about? Listen, this is my day one, A1. Okay, I'm talking about my longest friend of my life, personally. My brother, my right hand. He's a left hand, so I guess I'm his left hand man, whatever. You know what I'm
Yeah.
talking about? You know, the man himself, Mr. Tone, Big Tone, aka T Mumbles.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
stand me.
saying? Baby powder Tone.
In the building.
You know, this is my brother, man. So
Facts.
listen, first of all, appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir.
Taking
Appreciate
time
you,
out,
man.
hopping off on the show.
Yeah,
This is big.
got you.
Appreciate you all, man, for tuning in, listening to the audios, listening to the YouTube, man. Ced Talk Podcast, baby. We are here.
Hey, y'all, don't mind the roughness, you understand me? Next time I'm be on here, I'm going to have a fresh one, but I've been grinding, busting it out. I didn't want to have no excuses for my brethren, you know what I mean?
No excuses. And he gave an excuse just now. Blood just gave one. But, but it's all goody, man. So, Tone, what's up with you, man? How you doing, man?
Man, I'm doing great, bro. To be honest, life is flowing, kids is growing, and I'm good.
That's what's
I'm
up.
good.
That's what's up, man. So, look. I want y'all to stay locked in because we're gonna get a little deep, right? We're gonna get to know Tone a little bit, get to know his story, things like that. We're gonna get real deep, and like I say, I appreciate Tone greatly, just not only for being on the show, but just having this discussion and stuff like that as well because it can help others, right? You have people out there that could be going through things that was brought up a certain way, that experienced something that could have changed their entire life. So definitely appreciate you, my man. So first and foremost, man, like what's your story? Who are you? Let the people know who you are, man.
Man, for those who don't know, I mean, it was in the intro. I'm Big Tone. Uh, I'm a father first. I'm a determined man. The word quit is definitely not in my vocabulary, you know. I mean, that pretty much, says a lot right there in itself that I could think of right now at the top of my head.
That's what's up, man. I like that. So like, what about personality wise? Like, I know you're a father. Beautiful relationship. You mentioned earlier you on a grind, you hustling, right? You working and stuff like that, man. Like, if you were to remove those things, what could you say about who you are? Like, Tone. Like, who is Tone? Is he funny, cool? Like.
I'm a down to earth, simple guy. I like to think I'm funny, when I put a little bit of effort into it. Sometimes it's effortless, you feel me? So, um, I'm a serious guy. I'm a quiet guy. I'm like self-kept, sort of, kind of, in a way. But as I get older, I feel like I'm growing out of that kind of stuff too.
Okay. Definitely feel it. Definitely feel it. But look, check this out. Like I say, man, this is my longest friend. Like, we went to preschool together. We was at the OMI right there on Victoria and Randolph. Went to elementary school. I mean, all the way up to
Come
high
on, man.
school. We even attempted, some college classes and
Definitely
stuff like
attempted
that too. It
it. Come
just
on.
sometimes didn't it just didn't go right sometimes,
Come on. Didn't
but it
fall
was
through.
dope. And it's crazy because, just to give a little backstory real quick, like just growing up, like I can recall us as children in elementary school leaving our grandma's houses, like to
Come on.
walk to school. Like back then was definitely different
Big time different.
from now. I feel like because now if you're a parent, you're not letting your children go out
Nah,
by
bro.
themselves. They can be 19 years old. You like, I'm dropping you off.
It don't matter
I'm
nowadays.
taking you.
Yeah, I was in elementary. We had me and my brothers and sisters in elementary. We was walking our clothes 3 blocks up the street and stuff like that. So yeah,
It's
times is
crazy,
definitely different.
crazy.
Sure.
And I remember walking down the street. We used to meet at the like right in front of the school. So he lived down the hill, and I was on top of the hill. And so like we met in the middle. He walked to the top of his hill, and I walked to the bottom of mine.
Thanks.
So we used to do that. Third, fourth, fifth grade.
Come on, bro.
Was super solid. And then like middle school, we was locked in. So then like
Oh,
middle
you ain't gonna
school,
tell them about the after the elementary trips when we went down playing doorbell ditch and then you make the grilled cheese.
man, this is the cold part. We used to do doorbell dishing, and we were just so ignorant because like it would be on the same block
I
that
knew
we
all my
going
neighbors.
to.
I was just walking. I didn't even do it.
We'll leave school and be like, "Tone, you ready?" And I feel like after a while, he knew we was gonna just start ringing doorbells because Tone was like, he always walked behind us, like, here it comes. So we used to just on his block too, ring doorbells, just striking. And in San Francisco, the hills are steep,
Bro,
so like you're running funny, you're running differently,
for
down them
surely.
hills.
You stumbling.
We used to make the grilled cheese sandwiches all the time.
Mm-hmm.
We used to get it going, man. We used to do roof tag. We played
That was lit.
kickball. All kind of stuff, man. It was definitely a great treat. Like I remember looking at old pictures, and I would randomly see Tone like
I was there.
tucked off. Like
Come on in the cut.
I'm like, yo, this is Tone right here. This is crazy. Yeah, we
Man.
went to a fifth grade like an outing with our school, and they got us on camera, like me trying to like teach Tone how to swim.
Damn near drowned him.
I'm like,
I
oh,
still can't swim
snap.
to this day.
To this day, that's crazy.
Crazy, for sure.
So I mean, it was definitely great times, man. And middle school, for some reason, like I don't know why, but like we just kind of like wasn't hanging together in middle school for some reason.
Facts.
And so maybe I was a little bitter personally. I don't know. Who knows? But I used to kind of like, we used to always wrestle and stuff and mess with Tone and, things like that. And so, I mean, all the time, I'll see Tone on site and then I'll hit him with a wrestling move. And just always trying to like play around. And then we went to high school. This is the crazy part. So, like, I remember in high school, same thing. I'll see Tone on site and we'll just play fight. And it's been like maybe months where I haven't seen Tone like after school or, for something. And then I saw him one time and I was like, bro, where you been at? Like, what the heck you been doing? Like, I ain't seen you. What
In
the
the
heck is
hood or
going
nothing?
on? Like, nothing. I ain't seen him in the hood. I ain't seen him just nowhere. And then, like, I went to him, right? Because, like I say, it was on site. We always play fight and stuff. But this time was different. Like, he just stood there and kind of, like, waited for me to come towards him. And I was like, okay, this is odd. Like, and then he started to get in, like, a wrestling position almost. And bruh, and that's where he been. Like he been MIA because he took wrestling classes.
Lord, I was a part of a wrestling team. Which is
Bro was on
wrestling
the
classes.
whole team.
Not the wrestling classes is crazy. Damn.
So I'm like, wow, this dude, and he just kind of took my leg, my arm together, and
I was
did
on
some
him.
other stuff, and then he even tried to pin me. Pause. And
Pause.
bruh counted though. 1, 2, 3. And I said, wow, this dude is wow. This dude is wow. And then we started
Come on,
really
man.
connecting again. We
Facts.
started linking back up, man. Why you think that was though? That whole middle school.
I feel like we was just on two different lanes at that time. Like you was in your basketball bag heavy. I wasn't really doing sports, but I love wrestling. Like so, I would just gravitate towards probably more so like the friends that was into wrestling. Like I was loving some WWF, man, and you was really into that stuff. So I think that's honestly, I just really think that's what it was. You know what I mean? But
Yeah, man. But it definitely, glad we linked up, man, because all of high school, we was rocking, and things like that. And so,
facts.
and I just wanted to give y'all just kind of like a backstory. Like we literally was in preschool, and then every grade together, every school together, every food place, restaurant, food,
Come on,
tags, riding bikes around the hood, or
facts. Come on, that was the
we
days.
we did it all, together. And so high school days, I mean, I don't know if I should bring up the boxing,
Nah, probably
situation,
not. Probably not, man.
Shout out to Joe.
What's up, big bro?
Shout out to Joe.
What's up, big bro? We gotta tell the truth about that, big bro. That's for that's for another time, man.
Yeah. So when that come up again, yeah, Joe, when you get on here, let that thing be known. You know what I'm saying? But so my first question I have for you is, what was so outside of like school and all of that kind of stuff? What was your upbringing like?
My upbringing outside of school, I was raised. Okay, so I was raised by my grandmother's daughter. She raised me up until she passed away. That's when I moved in to the other side of the hood, the right side of the hood. You understand me? With my brothers and sisters, with my grandma, and man, those were some of the best times of my life. To be honest, just growing up with my brothers and sisters that I grew up with. Man, just it was crazy, but my grandma held it down. She took care of everything, made us go to church. We was washing our own clothes. We all had chores. And then just her doing that bolo, like, I don't know, just I just got so much respect for her. Rest in peace. Uh, but yeah, she raised us until she passed away, and then her mom's daughter, I mean her daughter's daughter raised us. So after that, and man, um, she did the best she could, and
Hmm.
you know what I mean. Ended up moving out the hood, and times got a little bit harder for her, and she ended up passing away. And that's when like I just took over and started, you feel me, like doing my own thing and having my own spots and so forth and so on.
Mm. And then another question, which you don't have to answer, if you feel uncomfortable at all. But so like your parents, they wasn't around, or
Nah, my
what?
mom, our dad wasn't around. My dad tried to be, seriously, he really did. I mean, he did some messed up stuff, but he was definitely in and out of prison. And when he came around, I mean, he may have been on drugs or whatnot, but I mean, he still tried to, feel me, instill some values in us and really be there when he was there. If he wasn't, you know what I mean, high or whatever. Mom's, that was kind of a letdown, like for me and my brothers and sister, because we knew what she was going through. She was on drugs heavy, but she didn't want to be a part of our life. And every time she would be like in maybe like a little home trying to get better and stuff, we would try to go visit her, and sometimes we couldn't just because she didn't want to see us and stuff. So yeah, that part of that aspect was a little manny. But I mean, we persevered and we stuck with each other and we rocked out.
Man, that's crazy. So like going through that, or having that experience for you, because you was the one living in that experience, was it like a normal thing to you? Like, did it feel like a normal thing, or like how has that affect your life, kind of moving forward, like being brought up that way?
To be honest, I feel like it made me more stronger, like mentally. Made me not like, and I just feel like that's just all thanks to my grandma and her daughter for just instilling me with like just being mentally strong and like you can only control what you can control. So I mean, if somebody else don't want to be a part of your life, that's their problem. You know what I mean? And
Hmm.
like, don't try to blame yourself for those type of situations, and just take it for what it is. Try not to have a hateful heart, and just keep it pushing and focus on what you got to focus on, and just I don't know, just, like I said, just keep it pushing.
Yeah, nah, yeah, definitely, man. It's crazy, man. I don't have like that exact experience, and so that's why I mean I look up to you just anyway, because overcoming that, and still, regardless of feelings, and then losing loved ones in the process, and kind of like bounce back and forth and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't even think that you would be going through that. Like I said, you're my longest friend,
Yeah.
and you wouldn't even think that you are experiencing that,
Yeah,
or have experienced that.
and I get that to God too. I mean, because I don't even know how I keep my spirits up. Especially back then, like when my closest family was just passing away on me, and I didn't have nobody. You feel me? And then like my older brother, we was tough, tight. Younger brother, he was trying to follow us. My sister, she was just wilding out because she was a girl, and not like wilding out like that, but she just wanted to do her own thing and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
yeah, it was just like I just thank God that He gave me a strong will and a strong mind, and just not to be like doubtful on myself or making excuses for other people of their choices as well.
Yeah, facts, big facts. It's crazy too, cause I know like us always being together. Uh, we have our little squad. The fam squad in the
Facts,
building,
facts, facts.
the family. We used to have like legit meetings.
Bro, every week.
We
I
used
want
to
to say
get
every
together.
Friday.
It might have been every Friday.
I don't remember.
We used to, we had some dope boys with us.
Mhm.
You got some bangers with us,
Mhm.
and and then we had people that with jobs too. So we was
Facts,
just
facts.
trying to like incorporate everything and
We
be
was
like,
definitely
okay,
well rounded. I can give it to us for that. For
Most
sure.
definitely.
We had a little bit of everything.
Connections, plugs,
Facts.
and so those are some cool moments, man. Like just we did everything together, so we planned out stuff, or like we'll put our dough together to make something happen, or
Mhm.
just whatever. But I liked how we kind of came together always and met like
No, right there, the bus
the real mafia. Like, what's up? What's
Yeah.
happening? Look, this is how it's gonna go down.
Bruh, come on,
We gonna
man.
pull up at the movie theater. You gonna open the back doors. You gonna let us do the back doors, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's real life, though. That's crazy. That's when I was working at the movies,
You was
too.
at the
When I was
movies.
working up there.
Bruh, how did you feel? So for y'all listening and watching, like we used to fight so not Tone and I, we used to go to the movies, and it was always like a group there that we're fighting with.
Every time, bro.
No matter what, like literally. Oh my goodness, I can't believe it. Like it was some crazy stuff happening. But there were times where Tone was actually like work on the clock. Like should I clock out? Like what should I do? Like, bro,
Man.
stay out of this.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, that's when my big brother be preaching me to stay out of this. I couldn't really do nothing for real.
Oh my goodness,
Yeah, he
those
was
used to
on
be
me.
super funny, man. And I also remember like us, we used to go out often, hit up the clubs, city nights,
City
and things like that.
nights.
And,
Needed
them
7
parties,
IDs.
man, for real. City nights used to be the spot. Parking lot pimping, and all kind of stuff. And
Facts.
I feel like, man, like there was a point where things took a turn, right? So like I said, we used to always go out, always chill, house parties. We used to be at Bug House all the time
Man.
with the kickbacks.
Come on, man, with the Bacardi Limon.
Man, Auntie Annabelle used to be gone.
It used to be turned up.
Yeah,
You
we
used to be
just
putting
be
it
lit.
together. And man, those was the days, boy. I tell you.
Man, super
Man, they
lit.
don't know. They don't know.
Super lit, man.
Super lit, for real, for real.
So just kind of being that time. And Tone, keep in mind, so Tone was always like just cool, chill. Like he was the teddy bear of the group. So the ladies would speak, like he was just chill, cool, all kind of stuff. And we was actually invited to a party. This is when I was kind of doing music a little bit. I was in and out of it. And we went to a birthday party.
You was in it strong though at this point.
I was in there pretty strong, I guess.
Yeah, because I remember before this party we went to like a senior citizen home or something. You performed or something.
Oh yeah, with
the
same person, too.
I mean, it was nothing but OGs. I was like, whoa, what you said?
All
Break
the
me to.
OGs,
I'm like, what the heck?
I forgot all about that.
That be, man. That's funny.
Crazy.
Yeah, bro.
And,
That's funny.
And so I actually did. So we went to some event and performed this song with a person that he actually set it up. But this same individual actually had a party, a birthday party, and he wanted to perform the same song that we did together. So he was like, "Sick, slide through, come and play, come and perform the song with me, yada yada yada." So we go to this party, and it was weird. So like he introduced me, boom, and he brought me on stage, and I was paying attention to stuff too. Like I was just very observant, seeing stuff happening, and I noticed like a young lady gets up, walks out the door, and
It was two of them.
two girls, boom, walk out the door, and like they was on the phone or something, walk out, and so I'm performing, and I go and take my seat, and so all of a sudden, like I don't know, 20, 30 minutes later, you had like 30 dudes
Yeah,
pull
same
up, 30 dudes at the doorway, and we're all kind of looking, but the party is still going on. Like somebody was actually speaking, and so we look to the left, and I'm like, yo, it's 30 people. And then so they just come in the room. They're like, we on niggas, we on niggas. And they started just asking everybody, where you from, where you from, where you from, where you from, where
And
you
that's
from.
and the crazy part about that is it's like, come on, you know they coming, like they going down the line. It's like it was me.
Yeah, like so people are saying where they from, or some people saying they don't claim it, whatever. And so it makes you think in your head, like, wait, where are they gonna stop?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what are you like? What neighborhood are you gonna say to require them to stop? Like,
Come
who are
on.
they looking for?
Facts. We had no idea.
And so it gets to us, but really to Tone first. So Tone is sitting directly in front of me. Tone's a big dude, right? So it was like 5, 6 of them surrounding him. And me, I'm short dude, whatnot. And so it was only one guy that was like on me. And so he goes to Tone. They talking, boom, 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 where you from? And dude just kind of like, he gets all like pumped up, like, ooh, 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 like what part? What part? And so like I'm like, oh man, like
Come on.
what is going on? What's about to happen? Like this is crazy. And so the other guy, he's like showing me the handle to his gun, like, nah, we don't fight, we don't fight. Cause I had my chain, I tucked my chain. He was like, nah, we don't fight, we don't fight. And so we're literally kind of like just jammed up.
Facts. Because the same thing happened to me when they came to me and I told them where I was from and stuff. And I stood up. They all like 3 of them had like things on. I'm like, damn, saying the same thing.
Yeah, boom, wait, and so but I just, when they was so pumped, that's when I knew something. I was like, something's up.
Yeah,
Like,
facts.
why are they so pumped up? So we end up we just ran. We take off running. Boom, running. And like at this point, it's everyone is clearing out.
Yeah.
So like everyone is just kind of running. And then we go through these double doors. But like, I don't know. I ask myself this all the time. Like, why did we stop running? We get through these double doors and we just stop running. We're like,
Well, I know you and somebody else was out. I know y'all was in front of me a little bit.
okay,
So I kind of feel like that's why you stopped. Because I feel like when I pushed open the double doors, you two standing right there.
okay, there it is.
Yeah. So then, right after that,
And what happened after that?
right after I busted the double doors, I seen you, so I was glad. So he was like, "Come on," and then the doors kind of closed, but then all you hear is this loud boom. He turned around, that's them. We look back one more time. He pulling out. We just start booking it, and then he started letting off. And I only felt like I got hit twice, but ended up having to get hit 5 times in the back.
Mm. And it's crazy because that moment, like you saw like the fire spark. You saw like because you're like jumping, turning. You're like,
Facts.
because when you hear that boom, that was them coming through the doors.
Mm-hmm.
And so like we're all turning and like jumping in the air, but as they're like squeezing, boom, 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 boom. And so we're running, but like apparently the gate was closed. So like there was like a hole or something or some kind of thing to the gate. So everyone was trying to like squeeze to the hole. So like we're like pushing people through and trying to get in. And then as we're running, Tone, like I'm hit. Like I'm hit. I'm like, oh snap. So me and then Bobby Bobby was on the other side, so we had Tone left arm was on mine, and his right arm was on Bobby. We were trying to help him
Mm-hmm.
to the car, and so we get in the car, and I don't even know where he's here. I take my shirt off and trying to help him to apply pressure. Don't know where he's at. And my immediate thoughts. So let's pause real quick. In that moment, like, what were your thoughts in that moment?
I thought I only got hit twice. I was thanking God that I was able to make it to the car because you parked a minute away. It was a cool, nice little run for sure. So, I was just trying to stay calm. Like, when I got to the car for sure, I was just trying to stay calm for sure. Like, everything had to be just calm. I was just trying to relax my brain, not like overhype myself, you know what I mean? Because I didn't want to go into shock or nothing like that.
Yeah.
So that's also was on my brain too. And then I know I got hit in the back, so I was just grateful, like too, like you feel me. I was still running at the same time because it could have been ugly for sure. Especially, I mean, finding out I was hit 5 times after that. But yeah,
Yep.
I remember your music was so damn loud. I had to turn that thing down real quick.
I had some JL-15 speakers, some JL-15s, man, in the back. And I mean, as soon as I turned the car, boom, 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 and Tone was just like, he leaned up, turned it down. So I'm like, okay, he's aware, like he knows what's going on. And I feel like my thought was like, what hospital are we closest to? What hospital can we get to fast? And we end up going to General. But it was crazy. And so this is where things started to kind of get crazy, for us because we're driving and I'm still talking to Tone. Tone, you good? You good, Tone? All right. Keep talking to me, Tone. You all right? You good? You good? You good? He was like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. But the moment we actually got into the parking lot at General, that's when he started like, I think maybe going into shock,
Yeah, facts. Cause I felt like it's like, dang, this is really real. I mean, I'm sure I lost a lot of blood. I'm just like I don't know, it's hard to breathe. I'm sitting in the hospital. I'm just getting nervous. I mean, because it's really like setting in at that point for sure.
Yeah. And so I was upset because they wouldn't even let me in. So like we take him out of the car and he's like he's feeling it. Like you can tell like, you know, we like, yo, help, he's been shot, he's been shot. Doctors come out, nurses, whatever, they all come out.
I
And
think before that though, the boys stopped us first. He was like, sit down. And I just end up sitting down. He was like, no, not you. He was like, no, not you.
oh, the security or something, huh? Right
Yeah,
in front.
something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's insane. Like we taking this man into the hospital. And then whatever it might be procedures or not, I don't even know. But we like, yo, this man needs help. And he's like, hey, sit down.
Mm-hmm.
Sit down right now. And we're like, bro, he's
Shot.
shot.
Yeah.
And I'm like, don't get up, bro. Like, but they kept us out there though, so that we couldn't get past it. Obviously, they had to look at him and stuff, and they wanted to search us and all that kind of stuff. But so it was just crazy, man. Like that moment, I feel like that was like a turning point, especially for you.
Definitely.
But you being like my best friend, it was kind of like a turning point for me. Like my eyes were really open now. Like just really being alert,
Mm-hmm.
really getting active. Just with guns, really just kind of being, uh, just just making sure that nothing like this happened again.
Facts.
And it was crazy. And Tone literally for months did not smile.
I told this fool, too, I ain't smiling at nothing. I really didn't for real.
Bro, get out the hospital. He heals up, and he still decides to go to prom.
Yeah, I had to make it to the senior prom, man. Couldn't miss that for
We in
sure.
high school,
Yeah, senior year.
and he goes to prom fresh, but he like
I
this.
still had the bandages on.
He like this. Every picture.
I
Bro
had
had the coldest
I had the
mug.
shades on.
Bro
Man,
had the coldest mug and with the shades. They was calling him a bodyguard up there because it's the way he was just like,
come on.
what's up? But like, how do you think that moment, like how was that or was it even a turning point for you in your life? Like after that, like what were your thoughts? But then how did that affect your life moving forward?
At that point, we was in the hood. We was doing our thing. Feel me? So it just kind of put that more in perspective for me, though. You know what I mean? Like yeah, this the hood and such, but like, dang, like I could have lost my life over a street.
Mm.
I mean, granted, yeah, I did grow up on that street, so it's not like you feel me. Like I wasn't saying nothing wrong, but at the same time, just just be more smarter with
Hmm.
situations and stuff like that. But I was like angry for real, because I mean, I wanted, I just wanted hell after that. Like it's up, you feel me? So for a while, I mean, and then stuff slowly started to die down as we got older and stuff. But yeah, that first aftermath of me getting shot, bro, I just wanted to turn up. So
Yeah.
yeah, that I mean that's how it changed me, like in an angry way at first, but just prayed. I was praying. I mean, my eyes was more wide open, and then my thoughts was a little more clear about stuff. So I slowly started to not be so angry. You feel me? So
Hmm.
yeah,
Dang. Yeah. That was a crazy moment. Like if you would have sneezed around Tone, it'd been all bad. Achoo, yeah.
come on, come on.
I just sneezed, my brother. It's me from the OMI, Victoria Randolph.
Come on, bro.
It's me. You couldn't sneeze.
Man,
You couldn't even laugh. You had to explain why you laughed.
what's so funny,
What you laughing for? Nothing. Nothing.
bro? Yeah,
Like, oh
times is different for sure.
yeah, man. So that was mainly, man, and I'm extremely thankful.
Yeah, you and me both.
That you're here, and still trying to live your best life,
Got you.
right? Family man, he was in my wedding,
Yes, sir.
uh, and it was solid, man. Like, and I got married 10 years ago, so like,
Come on, bro.
there wasn't a lot of us really getting married, and one of my partners even said it. That was his first wedding, but like that meant a lot to me because he been there in every area and and growth that I had in my life too, and I'm glad to be there, for him, as well, with
Facts.
his endeavors, journeys,
Facts.
accomplishments, and things like that. Man, it's crazy. But now, right, as adults, getting older, we got children,
Yes, sir.
you know, and in relationships and stuff like that, and it's a beautiful thing, man. Like a lot of us, like we got to get Josh up on here.
For sure. Definitely
Where
do.
you at? We got to get nephew,
Come on,
get Boom on
nephew.
here, Bug on here,
Skinny
Tone,
black.
Tef. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Get them all on here because we all grew up together.
Come on, man. We got stories for sure.
All of us got major stories,
We got
man.
big time stories.
But us now, working hard for our families, man. Like looking at your younger self, what would you tell your younger self now? Like knowing what you know now, what would you tell your younger self?
I'll be like, bruh, listen. So, man, it's going to be a hell of a ride. You know what I mean? So, I mean, you just got to keep your chin strap on tight because it's going to get real bumpy for real. And just always think before you act, think before you speak. Don't give up. Don't get down on yourself. Don't really care about what people are saying. Take criticism. Don't get mad if they're trying to, build you up in a certain type of way. You can't just think of it as negative. You gotta take the criticism as it comes and better yourself that way. And just keep it pushing, man. Keep your head up high and you feel me? When you step hard.
Mm, that's what's up. And then, so this is pretty much like my last question, and it's really for the people that's listening and watching. And it's a similar question, but it's different. So, like with your experience, with your upbringing, and for those who have similar experiences as you, that didn't grow up with their parents, or moving around right from house to house and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But then also kind of like the involvement of like, because I feel like being getting shot, but then also healing and then the recovery process is huge. That's big.
Facts.
I feel like sometimes people sleep on that because
Mm-hmm.
it can be a mental issue.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely is a mental issue. I mean, they got like Call of Duty out. I don't know if you're aware of Call of Duty,
Hmm.
but even for the longest time, like even though after years after I got shot and I started playing Call of Duty, it would still be like tweaks, like just hearing the blah and all that stuff. Like
Mm-hmm.
it definitely would be like a little tweak for me for real.
Man, what can you share to them to continue to move forward, to continue to, to be motivated or inspired?
I could say if your parents are not in your life, don't have hatred towards them. Like even try to see if you can. Try to see if you can help them. If you can't, just try to be there for them at the end of the day. Because I took too long to try to do that with my dad. And it's like when I took that long, and then we started to bond towards the end. I didn't know it was gonna be towards the end, but it's like I really didn't have no time to bond with him because I just had a lot of hate on my heart and just mad at him just for not being there all the way, all the trifling things he did to his mom initially because that was my grandma,
Mm-hmm.
and just just don't have no hate towards them and just try to be there. And then when you are around them, just cherish those times. Like just don't take it for granted. Like especially with my mom, it's like still like I mean I'm still learning. You know what I mean? I'm like barely getting in contact with her now. It's my birth mom, and it's still like kind of hard. It's like a struggle, but at the same time, just be aware of what they went through or what they was going through, and try not to follow in their footsteps. You know what I mean? And try to be there for them, and try to be there with them, and try to connect and have that connection because it's never too late. I feel like it's never too late for sure because we still on Earth, and while we on Earth, let's make the best of it. Let's take every opportunity that we can. Forget about the past. Let's grow stronger for the future.
That's powerful. That's deep. Once again, appreciate you, my good brother.
My brother.
You know what I'm saying? Rocking, man.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you
Always,
guys
man.
for tuning in. Thank you guys for watching. Any last words, man, before we dip up out of here?
From the PRE to our DIE, you heard?
You heard? You know what I'm saying? A1, day one, yo, I'm talking about. You feel me, though,
You understand me, man?
man? We out, baby.
Hey, yo.